Okay, good morning. Welcome to
FunMath number 138.
FunMath number 138. So this is a problem that we saw in an it's based on a problem that we saw in an old AMC 8 test, or maybe it was the American Junior High Mathematics exam then. Two spinners are shown. So these are like the spinner in the game of life. You spin it and it spins around, and then the arrow's pointing to some number. The arrow has an equal probability of landing on each section of each spinner. So when you spin it, it's a 1/4 on each one of these and 1/3 on each one of these. When you spin both spinners, what is the probability that the product of the two numbers the arrow is on is even? Okay, so do you understand the question?
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I didn't write this question super well. I should have probably looked more carefully at how they phrased it. But go ahead, how are you going to solve this problem? What are you trying to get to here?
Well, if we start with the 2, well, let's actually figure out the total number of outcomes.
Okay, good idea. What are the total number of outcomes?
There's 3 choices for the first. It's 3 times 4, which is 12.
Okay, so there's only 12 possible outcomes. Okay, so we can have 3 from here and 4 from here, and since they're independent, we just multiply 3 times 4. So there's 12 total outcomes that can happen for the product of the numbers on these spinners. All right, what's next?
So if we start with an even number, the 2 on the first one.
Okay.
And no matter what this lands on, it'll always be an even number.
Okay, so how many outcomes is that?
That's 4.
All right, so maybe you should write that out.
It's going to be 4 plus some other numbers over 12.
Okay, so when we start with a 2, when this spinner's a 2, it doesn't matter what's on this spinner. It's all with that. Those 4 products are going to be even no matter what.
If it's a 7 or a 5, it's going to be a 2 or a 4 in here.
Okay, so which one of those cases do you want to look at first?
Let's look at the 5.
Okay, so we get a 5. Don't try to jumble the cases together. Let's look at the 5. So you get a 5. So what do you do now?
Well, you have to have a 2 or a 4.
Okay.
So that's 2 more.
All right.
And then for the 7, it's also 2.
For the 7, it's also 2 cases. So what are we at now?
This is 8 out of 12.
Okay.
Or it's 4 to 6, or 2 out of 3.
Okay. So what is the probability that the product of the two numbers on the arrows is even?
2 out of every 3 times.
2/3. Do you know what 2/3 is as a percent, by the way?
It's about 66%.
Okay, it's 66.666666. Okay, so keep going.
666666666.
Okay, hey, good job. This was, I think this was based on problem number 25 on the American Junior High Mathematics exams. This is a tough question. Nice job.